Interstellar is a film that teaches you to look up, at the stars, at possibility, but something kept pulling my eyes down to the dust, or more specifically, to the way everyone in that world has learned to live with the dust. That strange surrender that happens when a threat lingers long enough to fade into background noise. The film tells us early on that Earth is failing, not in a cinematic, apocalyptic flash, but in the slow erosion of the everyday. Crops die, food dwindles.
They're saying it's the last harvest for okra. Ever.
Dust storms drift through towns with the same casual regularity of a passing cloud. Everything, homes, schools, dinner tables, is coated in a thin, unremarkable layer of the planet undoing itself. It's not dramatic, it's domestic. People eat with it, sleep with it, breathe it in, the way anyone eventually learns to live with something they can't escape. It's just life, familiar, routine, and mundane. There's a term for this kind of quiet surrender, habituation. The brain's way of saying, if this is never going to change, I might as well stop paying attention. It's why people living near train tracks eventually stop hearing the trains. The noise doesn't fade. The mind simply decides it's no longer worth the energy. And you see that surrender in the smallest, most ordinary moments. Like in this scene where the grandfather is in the kitchen, turning plates right side up on a table coated in dust. He wipes them with the same casualness you'd use to brush away crumbs. Then he wipes the laptop. No urgency, no frustration, just maintenance. It's the clearest expression of what's happening to everyone in this world. Danger has become reclassified as chores. The dust isn't shocking anymore. It's something to manage, something to work around and live with. It's working its way into the fabric of their lives, into their conversations, the air they breathe, the spaces that are supposed to feel normal. Collapse has become so ordinary that no one even pauses to acknowledge it. But if you're anything like me, the dust in Interstellar makes you uneasy. You want to wipe the table during the parent-teacher conference, clean the counters as breakfast cooks, wash Murph's pillowcase before she sleeps on it. Your body keeps insisting on order. Theirs, however, isn't trying to restore anything. It's just going through the motions of a life that's learned to live with the dust. Cooper does notice.
I'm dropping Tom, then heading to town. You want to clean that up? When you finish praying to it?
He feels that quiet restlessness, that refusal to accept this world as the new normal. And that's because in Interstellar, dust isn't just a nuisance. It's a quiet antagonist. It doesn't roar or chase or explode. It rolls in, piles up, blinds, chokes, and it erases. It's a slow apocalypse that creeps in softly, undoing the world grain by grain. On the surface, Cooper is doing what everyone else does in a world where the crops are failing and the dust never settles. He's tending the land, raising his children, holding steady. But watch him closely and you'll see it, a mismatch, a subtle disconnect, like he's wearing a life tailored for someone else.
It's like we've forgotten who we are, Tom. Explorers, pioneers, not caretakers. Well, we used to look up in the sky and wonder at our place in the stars. Now we just look down and worry about our place in the dirt.
So when NASA offers him a chance to leave Earth to help save the world, it stirs the part of him that still believes in the possibility of more. And that's where Interstellar shifts. It stops being a story about a dying planet and becomes a story about the subtler ways people shrink themselves to fit a world that's shrinking around them.
This world isn't so bad. You're the one who doesn't belong.
How a slow decline can start to feel normal.
The dust.
How a life can stop fitting long before we admit it out loud.
How long have you had that cough?
A while.
And in that, the film suggests something horrifying. The most dangerous collapse isn't the explosive kind. It's the one that arrives grain by grain, so slowly that people learn to live inside it. And then endurance becomes normal. And then normal becomes acceptance.
Right now, We don't need more engineers. We ran out of food. The world needs farmers.
Maybe that's what Cooper finally understands when he leaves. The worst horrors aren't the ones that break us suddenly. They're the ones we learn to live with, the ones we must finally choose to walk away from, no matter the cost.
Funny how the smallest things got the heaviest weight to whom it may concern.